Rob.
See, the thing is that he's actually like sticking to Palutena with Rob. Anytime that I've seen Udi and Hydra play, Udi has more often than not come out on top.
Interesting.
It's mainly because her Nair is really, really good. Especially against bigger characters, you're going to see a lot of Nair come out of Udi. And, yep. And Earl sticking with the Lucina pick. This is definitely going to be interesting to see because now, as I said, Palutena's got a lot of new stuff that can break zones and already getting started with the combos.
I'm just going to let you fanboy. I'm going to take a bite of pizza. You just go on talk about Palutena for another like 5 minutes. This is good. Right, Lucina on the other side, though, like Palutena's been changed a ton. Lucina feels more or less pretty much the same character.
Yeah, pretty much has been the same. All throughout this, I've noticed that it's basically the exact same kind of thing that's been going on. Like, still the same game plan overall. And just...
Very solid game plan.
Oh, yeah, still very solid
powerful game plan.
But it's susceptible to more of the new characters' stuff.
Oh, okay.
Shield breaker coming out, and the uppy out of shield giving EarlOfM some stage control, and Udi biding his time, waiting for the forward air.
Breaking down. Wow.
Yeah.
Earl is everywhere at once.
That warp cancel, it's still really good, but because there's a little bit more, there's not as much, well, I mean, warp still has a fair amount of intangibility, but by the end of it, since it doesn't have a hitbox,
what can you do?
If you know that they're gonna warp cancel, then it's really, really easy to prevent against. Catch it with the up air. That is one of the shadow nerf things that has happened to Palutena. That up air is just a tad bit weaker, but with all the new stuff in her toolkit, it really doesn't matter because she can still find reliable ways to kill into it off of combos. Down throw up air no longer a thing, of course, but a lot of things in the up air are now a thing.
Right. Earl looks in control, and he's using these dashes to be very scary.
And utilizing that really quick up B to challenge the landing lag of that down air, and using the angle on the side of the neutral B.
That lingered long enough, and it still kills?
There's one of the buffs in tape. Up smash now has a lot more active frames on it, more than you think. So that is now a really good option to cover ledge, especially if your opponent is jump happy. All right, nice back throw. Down smash just for the damage. Starting to use the explosive flame. Auto reticle to space it out. Auto reticle, another move that has changed a little bit. Still has a little bit of lingering utility, but
not as good as the other one. But ooh, a little bit too low here for EarlOfM. Gonna pay the price. After he had a very comfortable lead, he now finds himself down to stop.
Nair to forward air. Earl's definitely got to watch out with the air-to-air exchanges because Palutena is very good at converting in the air now, especially with that Nair, because once she gets into that groove, she can Nair naturally now combos into itself with the right placement. So you can get Nair into Nair into Nair 3 in a row, and it just carries you all the way across the stage. So not only being a combo starter, it can also just be a combo tool in general. Now with the forward airs. Both players being very, very mindful of their forward spaces. Using the back air kind of to go through EarlOfM. Had the right idea with the counter there, but was just a little bit off. Would have put Udi in a great situation. Would not have killed, but it would have probably put Earl off stage.
Trying to poke out the side with the forward air. That might have been enough to get the job done, but okay. Udi coming in with a dash attack too. That's a very violent move now.
Spacing with the neutral air. Dislodges him. Forward throw. And this is where it gets really rough. This is Palutena's version of ledge trapping. She could just retreat back and just stick with explosive flame over and over again. It's such a good option. And he goes for the deep nair, and Udi is going to take that first game.
Crazy.
That was...
I didn't know you could go that low.
That was a deep, deep chase. I honestly thought that Udi wasn't going to go back. Like, I thought Udi wasn't coming back from that.
We've been informed this is winners quarterfinals, by the way, so this is Udi's deep in the bracket on the winner's side.
Really deep in the bracket. If he gets past Earl, this is a really kind of good path to take. So both players are definitely looking for the W here. This is a match that you don't want to lose.
So that last one was on PS2,
yep.
right? Or was it also on Kalos?
No, it was on PS2.
Okay.
Earl probably going to think with a change of character here. I do remember that he says that he has been working on a couple of other characters, but Lucina has been kind of the go-to.
Yeah, sticking with the Lucina.
Sticking with Lucina.
I would have been surprised to see his Pichu in this situation. I feel like Palutena could just like kind of blow up a Pichu.
Well, you would think so, but a lot of the smaller characters still have a little bit of an advantage over Palutena. It's harder to grab. It's a little bit harder to grab them. Also, approaching aerials is a little bit more of a trivial matter. And speaking of aerials, once again, Udi taking EarlOfM on the airplane.
I did a ton of damage. The damage output from Lucina is not really comparable necessarily to the damage that some of these new characters can get, where you can just get like 0 to 50s, 0 to 80s. You still got to win neutral plenty of times with this character, although the kit is very well sorted to do such a thing. But Udi's putting on the hurt.
He is moving and grooving right now. Really showing what Palutena is capable of. The drag down there, trying for the mix-up on the ground, doesn't fall for it, but still gets stage control back anyway. And that's the one disadvantage, is that Explosive Flame, while it is good at range, if you are on the other side of it, it will result in a pretty hard punish for Palutena, because there is a lot of end lag on it. Up tilt, forward air. And he's got to be careful because Explosive Flame, I think he's in kill percent for Explosive Flame, so he's definitely got to watch it.
And that knockup goes up directly
straight
upwards?
Up. It's straight up.
Okay. That's what I thought.
And yeah, it starts killing consistently around, like, for most characters, like 130, 140, 150 for the heavies.
Now EarlOfM finally has himself in a positive ledge trap situation, but this platform helping Udi quite a bit inch and weave his way forward.
They're not connecting. Udi getting back on the center stage, now relying back on his pokes. Definitely got to watch out because I think back air at any part of the stage is going to kill.
Back air also pretty fresh, which is surprising because I know a lot of Palutenas like to favor that move, especially even in neutral exchanges with the invincibility on it. Yep, look at him pop like a balloon.
Back air still retaining a lot of its usefulness from Smash 4, still has the invincibility, while the hitbox is a little bit smaller. An unfortunate SD there. Udi.
That wasn't, he ate the double jump.
Yeah. Oh, he did eat the double?
Yeah, that was.
I didn't see it. All right.
Just a really good drop down forward air from EarlOfM, more than it was an SD if you ask me. This platform's also setting up great combos here for Udi.
Oh, absolutely. It's got to a point where you really do have to respect Palutena in the air a lot more because just of how potent that nair is, how potent Bear is, and almost had the air dodge read there. And that's the other dangerous thing with Explosive Flame, is that if you chase on these platforms at a close enough range, Explosive Flame does combo into up air. So you gotta watch it.
Yeah, I can see how that straight vertical knockback can be really, really tricky with the Explosive Flame on these ledge situations. But, oh, okay, the back air going to catch the double jump.
Not going to kill quite yet. Going off stage with an air. EarlOfM powers right through with the up B. Trying to cover ledge as best he can, but those platforms giving Udi a get out of jail free card. And gets caught in the Explosive Flame on the get up, and that is going to be the stock. Now Udi firmly in the driver's seat with the 2-1 stock lead. Forward air naturally comboing into that grab.
Earl in a good spot though. Okay, the neutral eating up the neutral get up. Nowhere to go.
Just catching right on the startup of Warp. That's going to be 1 stock apiece. That Warp, it's still a good recovery move, but it still has startup on it, which means that if you're quick enough and if you have enough reach, all you really need to do is just go out there and swipe him.
Earl's pretty good at that, so to speak, with this character.
He's starting to find his ranges a lot better now.
Yeah, this is a great run on this stock so far for Earl, putting Udi in this corner.
He's acknowledging the ranges where he's in if he does try for a move, it will put him in disadvantage because of how Palutena's air-to-air exchanges work. So he's finally found his spacing, and it's definitely showing. Udi just trying to find a way back on stage. F-tilt trying to cover it, but good shield there. Falling up air. In the exchange, the back air almost killing.
Covering that side platform brilliantly in case Udi wanted to use that as an escape mechanism, but not back to be.
Forward air coming out. Gotta watch out for that back air. That's still so dangerous, even at these percents. Nair out of shield, putting Udi in a really good position. Rolls through the explosive flames. Now starting to finally get around that ledge trap.
Bold. Waited that one out.
So scary. Once again, Nair out of shield. Udi in a good spot. Box of up B saving Earl a little bit.
Up throw still kills here from Lucina, and this is about where that would be. But okay, you find the forward air in the neutral exchange, and Earl is on the board.
So pretty close set for both of these players. Earl is showing how you really need to adapt your playstyle to fit around Palutena's toolset. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Udi is doing a really good job of just kind of showing how you can kind of use a mix of offense and defense to trick your opponent into coming in. Because Nair out of shield is really good to stuff people's approaches, and Explosive Flame is really good to kind of keep your opponent on the toes on the ledge. So Udi is doing a fantastic job of showing what this character is capable of. That's just only scratching the surface of possibilities.
At the same time, EarlOfM is learning this matchup in real time, and he's caught up.
That's honestly, as the mark of that player, that's just like what makes Earl overall a very, very good player in general.
Oh, so here's the new meta. The new meta is picking your battlefield and picking the music.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, keep picking good music, you guys. Oh, this is so good. Smash Ultimate is so awesome.
All right, we're going into Game 3 and winner's quarters.
Oh, and this Gangplank Galleon slaps, dude.
Yes, this is one of my favorite remixes in the entire game. Poke it with forward airs.
Talk about triplats for Palutena.
Triplats for Palutena is probably her best place to be because it gives her the ability to warp cancel basically all over the place. There are angles that you can hit, and it's actually not that easy to do. She's got one of the more lenient teleport cancels in the game. And not only that, it also gives her movement options, it gives her pressure options. It means that she can shark with Nair and up air, which, by the way, up air, one of the sneak little buffs that it got is that it has an auto cancel window now. So if EarlOfM gets knocked up into the air, Udi can repeatedly chase, but that's not going to help Udi at all if he falls into forward smashes like that. Earl's going to take that lead.
Yeah, it feels like these cancels with the teleport are not really landing so far for Udi in this one, and he's kind of stuck in his own movement, and that's not where you want to be versus a swordswoman like Lucina, because if you're stuck in your movement and you're missing the things that make your movement safe, there's no better way to punish that than with a big sword.
That's the one thing that Udi's always kind of been inconsistent at, even in Smash 4. He's also like kind of admitted to me that like teleport cancels have always been kind of one of his weaknesses. He could get them like, I will admit, like out of the two of us, is that's the main difference between how he plays Palu and I play Palu, is that I am more movement based and he is more neutral based. Like I know all the angles and all the windows, and I can get all those teleport cancels fairly easily.
Oh, not like
that. But the Nair not being that much of a catch-all.
And you gotta tech that.
You do have to tech that.
This is the breakbeat part of the remix. Love it. The halftime.
All right, and that back air, that's going to take it. So 2-1 stock lead for EarlOfM. This is definitely within range of a comeback. You now notice Udi's not really going for the teleport cancels anymore.
Oh, this ladder, though.
Yeah,
Lucina ladders.
But here it comes. 2, 3. You can just string so many nairs together if you land them from the bottom like that. Because it just pops you up at an angle where that move can just naturally just flow into itself.
Especially with a side platform like on Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
But in control of this game right now is Earl, trying to shut out the upset. Needs one more strong hit.
And there it is. That's going to do it. Red the jump up, and that is going to be a nair. Closing out, and in a game 3, Uji's going to have to go into losers. But getting up to winner's quarters of this pool, that is a good feat. And we got to see some Palutena. I'm just so happy about that.
I'm happy for you, Joe.
I'm glad you're happy for me.
I'm happy for you.
I'm glad you're happy for me. Because this character, mark my words, you're going to be seeing a lot of this character in places.
We'll see about that. I think she still kind of has like a difficulty.
She
about
does.
her.
She has a ceiling. She does have a ceiling that people are going to hit, but the ceiling is significantly higher than it was in Smash 4. I've always been the proponent. A lot of people, I remember, like, one of the general consensuses in Smash 4 is that she was a garbage character, and I'm here to say she was not. She was a bad character. There's a difference. No, I'm dead serious. There was a difference. Ganondorf was a garbage character. Zelda was a garbage character. Jiggs was a garbage character. Palutena had fast movement and 2 invincible moves. Bad character.